Welcome to another episode of the Ladies Locker Room where we like to order our showers with a side of water. My name is Lucretia L. Rogers. We're here with my bestie, as always, Miss Angela T. Jones, Miss Superwoman. She's your upcoming host for In Conversation with Angela T. Jones, coming to the Brave Ambition Radio Network as a companion podcast to Detroit CEO magazine. What's up, sis?
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh man.
Other than
I'm
people that talk too much,
well,
because some stuff we don't need to know.
absolutely so.
And they should put a disclaimer. Do
Well,
not try this at home or divulge this information on social media unless you want everybody in your business.
I just want to know what the publicist said.
Child, because everybody automatically assumes it's P. Diddy, no pun intended, because we ain't never seen her with nobody else.
Right.
So now you got him trending, and he over there with his baby mama, like, what?
Trending is such a just a horrible way though. Like I would be mad low key. I would be upset. I would be if you put that out there like that because immediately somebody's gonna tie you to me and they're gonna assume that we had this conversation or that's your kink that you would like to make public. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't get
Listen,
it.
I was Trina. Her reaction was my reaction. Trina is a Capricorn, a
Yeah.
December Capricorn. So her reaction was my reaction. Dead
What?
center. I was like, oh. Because I
That's
think we talked our first year about how I met a guy and that was his thing. He liked
yeah.
that. And I was like, I can't do that to
Right. I
you.
remember that.
Because he wanted to be on the receiving end. And I was like, I can't do it, bro. So I wrote him a short story.
You wrote him a story because he wanted to be peed on.
Yeah, I couldn't physically bring myself to do that. As much as I liked him, you know, I could not bring myself to do that because to me ain't nothing sexy about that. I don't care how much water I drink. And I drink water, mine is clear. Clear, no smell, no nothing. It's for me, I was like, I just can't do it. I don't see nothing sexy about it whatsoever. It was a complete turn off. So I wrote him a short story. And in the short story, I gave him his fantasy. Now, mind you, I did publish the short story because I'm a writer. What we not gonna do is hold on to my content that I could have made money off of, okay? And I did make money off of it. But
Okay.
the point is, I just I don't I try not to kink shame, slut shame people, sexual proclivity shame people, but you gotta be very mindful, particularly when we see you dating someone, to start talking about your kinks because you're a public figure. You're not just two people out here enjoying yourself with consent. You a public figure, and Caresha baby, we only see you with one man. So immediately people are going to align that with him. So now you looking silly to say the least. Cause
Here's my
you
thing.
you want to be the next Oprah? Oprah would never.
No, no, not only that. Here is my thing. You know, to each their own. Fine. But you got daughters,
She got a daughter and a son.
a daughter and a son. Okay. And you have
Mm-hmm.
a daughter, right? Um, you know, how does that conversation go?
Cause it's all over the TV and the internet and
You know, not
and do you have your parental
only
controls
how does
on,
it
Carisha?
go in its infancy, you know, how does it? Not only how does it go in its infancy, but you know, she got to get old. She's gonna become a young lady, a young adult.
And content lives
How does
forever.
that conversation go at the dinner table? Oh my, guess what? You know, I think I want to be peed on too. What? I, I don't
Cause
know.
all she gonna have to do is
It's
Google her
today's
mama.
influencers for me. It's today's influencers for me.
Ooh, child, her daughter gonna grow up
That's
or her son grow up and Google their mama And the stuff that trends about her is what's going to be what they see first. So it's going to be her arguing with academics, arguing with the Gina chick, telling Trina that she liked to be peed on. Those are the things that are going to show up in the Google search first. And I don't think she understands that because right now she likes trending. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed. She out here wild and outrageous because she wants to trend. She
Again, where
likes
is
it.
her
She has said that
publicist? Where is
because
her publicist?
either she don't have one or she don't listen to them. Because
Mm,
think about it. Think about it. If she had a publicist, would her show be on Revolt? Because that's Diddy's network. If she had a publicist that she listened to and she wasn't as raunchy, she would be able to have her show on another network besides Revolt.
right.
Okay, because that's part of what publicists do. They help you lock in those kind of deals by making sure that you're polished enough for them. And it's not to say that she wouldn't be able to still be kind of raunchy because you have networks like HBO that have for decades had sexual content on them after 11 p.m.
Right.
You know what I'm
Grown
saying?
folks hours.
Netflix has a whole category of MATV, but you got to have an adult profile to be able to watch it. So it's not that she wouldn't have been able to, but if you're too raunchy, if you're not polished enough, and you don't listen to your publicist, then you have to go to the dude you sleeping with to get certain opportunities. And I hate her to be limited like that because we just don't need to know everything. And part of the thing is that question was from her board game, Reach a
Mm.
Roulette, her drinking game.
Who
That's where the
approved that
question came
card?
from. But she approved those cards. She approved those cards. That's her
That's her brand.
branded
Yeah, branded
content
product.
that she's selling as as like an adult drinking game. So she approved every damn card in the deck.
I remember asking the person in my 20s, "Do you like to pee on me, or would you like to be peed on?" Though.
I was in my 30s during my encounter with dudes, so I wasn't in my 20s neither. I didn't know nothing about that. I was like, huh? And if I did know anything about it, I didn't like it in my 20s either. I don't recall it ever coming up when I was in my 20s. And that was when I was my most flexible.
It,
It had my best knees. And I don't recall it ever coming up until I was in my 30s. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
that's just the equivalent of butt munching or toe sucking in real
Ain't nothing
life.
wrong with sucking toes. Now, hold on.
I don't know. I ain't no fan. I ain't. I'm
For those of us with
absolutely
clean feet, okay?
right, right. I get you, but
With clean feet, okay?
I got I'm the most OCD when it comes to my hygiene. I am,
Right.
but I that's you got to draw the line.
I mean, my thing is, you're talking about. I can't do that with somebody I'm dating. That's first. I don't
Right,
like
just
the
random.
exchange of bodily fluids with somebody I'm dating. You know what I'm saying? Now, the dude that he had that proclivity, he also asked me to marry him.
Oh wow.
Okay. He asked me to marry him, but I just couldn't bring myself to do that. And because I'm a smart enough woman to know that certain things that people like, they're not going to be willing to give them up. And I didn't want him cheating on me with a bitch that pee on him. So,
No, because then what
so
is it?
I got to be
Where does it
realistic,
stop? Where does it stop?
right?
So you want to pee? You want me to pee on you? Okay, where though?
But and the thing is, I knew where, I knew how, I still could not. And he did not want it returned. He
And I
didn't want to
guess
do it to
where really
me.
don't matter until y'all eating or y'all in the kitchen and he wants some nookie and it was like, okay, you can pee on my leg right here at the
Yeah,
kitchen sink. I mean,
I can't do
come
that.
on.
I can't do none of that. And I'm smart enough to know that this is something that this man likes. And if I can't bring myself to do it because I can't, is he ever truly going to be sexually satisfied in this relationship? And in my mind, the answer was no, because there's only so many short stories I can write you, bro, about the same shit,
Like,
okay,
I'm out
over
of
and over
tricks.
again.
I got nothing else.
Like this is because if this is what you like the most, I ain't got nothing else. You know what I'm saying? I can I can write this one short story and then I gotta go on to something else.
Not
And
that's all I got.
so and it's like that's yeah, because that's all I got. And that took a whole hell of a lot of imagination on my part. And I was like, dang, he actually liked that story? Like, oh, okay. He probably still got it to this day for all I know. But I'm not gonna have a dude go cheat on me with another broad
She like to pee on him.
because he want to be peed on. So I was like, I can't
Ah.
marry you because I can see this being problematic in the future, and I don't want to have to fuck you up. You know, so it's better for us to just not do this and not
And
get
part
married and go our
ways.
separate ways. Exactly. Let's be grown folks. You go that way, I go that way. I hope you have the best life and you find somebody who can do that for you, but it can't be me, okay? And that's just real. That's just real. I love you too, but um because I'm
Oh
not stupid.
no.
I'm not stupid. Dudes will cheat on you for not wearing for
For
as they
less.
claim for a whole lot less, right? They'll cheat on you because you ain't get your hair done in 2 weeks. So I ain't about to have somebody say they're gonna cheat on me because I wouldn't pee on them. What the fuck you mean? No,
That
okay, bye.
that is
So
not
I
the
wish you the best.
Rocketeer story I want to hear, man. I'm telling you.
Just say it. I'm just saying. But toe sucking, I have had my toes sucked. So I ain't never took no toes. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never sucked no toes. But I have had plenty of men sucketh on my toesies because I got pretty feet. I keep my feet clean. I try to keep me a nice little pedicure going with the pretty polishes and shit. And I guess when the feet is in the air, they get a little excited or whatever. And they gets to grabbing on the feet and licking on the feet and sucking on the toes. And I don't care. I actually like it. It's a little bit ticklish, but do your thing, bro. Do your thing. But I also had this thing about hygiene. And so I have never had like those things occur with somebody I hadn't known for a long time, hadn't either been dating for a long time or was engaged to or even married to. You know, like I don't do that with people I just met.
Right.
That's.
That's not the move.
And sometimes if I ain't even lie, sometimes I like for dudes to think I'm a prude initially.
All right, right.
I do. I have always I like to surprise you with the freakiness because I don't want you always thinking that you going in, you getting everything. Like
Well,
I'm
that
a I'm a peel back layers. I
that
gotta
plus
find out first of all if I even
can't
enjoy you,
you
you know.
cannot give everything away right away. I did that
Mm-mm,
once. Let me tell
mm-mm.
you something. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I like to peel
Mm-mm.
back the layers,
Yeah.
make you wonder, make you wonder what she gonna do next time. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you ain't getting all the freaky deaky out the closet with the spanking and the twit. No, we ain't doing all that day one. Who? What?
Right.
You
You
kind of gotta
you should
earn
be leaving
it. You
something up to
know?
the imagination. Yes, you
Yeah,
should.
and then you make them earn it. Because there's some dudes to this day they probably think they got the best, and I'm like, nigga, please. You got the standard open up the box of Kleenex, here go your tissue version.
Not the 100 model.
Meanwhile, this dude over here got the T1000 model, he got the back bends and the
They got that steak and Lincoln. Okay.
the hanging from the chandelier and you
Oh
know,
man.
you don't know what boy you got the basics. You
We do
got
talk
the
about that. If you listening and
the
you a
bare little.
man, listen. These are the conversations that happen. It's kind of like you go, in the barbershop and you talk your shit with your fellas.
Hmm.
We definitely talking here for sure.
But we definitely ain't about to sit up here and get peed on either. Like y'all can
No,
take that elsewhere.
no, that's
That
what
is
you like.
Yeah, I crossed the line at several things, and that's one of them. There's certain things, and
It's a
even as
hard
I've gotten
pass.
older, there's certain things I'm not gonna do. I'm not bouncing up and down on you all day. My knees ain't as good as they used to be. You're gonna have to figure out something other than reverse cowgirl. We gotta do something else because I'm not doing that. You know, you need to have a strong back anyway, because you know I need a little pushback because
Yeah,
because I'm older. Okay, I'm almost 50, and if I'm almost 50, dude, I'm with probably 55. So what we not gonna do is wear me out in no reverse cowgirl. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Like I need you to get on your knees and we can hit this doggy style. and keep it moving. That's
I
what we can do.
mean, it's that, and then the 3 and 4 hour windows straight. Look,
We ain't doing that no more.
we
That
not
was
about to run no marathons in this joint. I get tired times 9 times out of 10. I gotta work in the morning.
21.
You know, I don't no
And
no.
it's cool with me if you need to take a nap.
It is so cool. And matter of fact, listen, I'm gonna the bed need to be big enough. Let me have your space here in the middle, so where you're not all on me, because I don't know nobody want to cuddle like that afterward for real. Contrary to popular opinion, it's okay sometimes if the weather permits. But if it's 99.5 degrees outside,
99. Ah,
nah, get off me. I love you from over there, but it's
and
hot
see, I like a little cuddle because I don't mind if you take a nap. See,
in the
I
heat
have
though.
no, but I ain't never been in the heat at this age.
All right, well,
I ain't never been in the heat at this age, okay? But I will say this. It don't make me no never mind because I'm gonna have nice sweats anyway. So again, I'm almost 50. So if I'm with somebody, he probably 55. Okay. So
okay.
he at 55 should understand that a woman's body changes and that she either gonna have hot flashes or she gonna have night sweats. And I done told you in conversation, sir, I'm the night sweat bitch. Okay. So therefore, you need to be aware that the wetness that you feeling is coming from my head, my neck, my shoulders, and my breast. And then the
Look,
other way,
and you
look,
know this
because
already.
we
Yeah.
sleep. Okay. Now, if you handling your business, you'll get the wetness from the pussy. Now,
Well,
I mean, and that's true. So
that's very
I
true.
think my only thing is I don't do the marathons anymore either. We ain't got time for all that. But I don't mind a good 45 minutes to an hour start.
Hmm.
If it's done right, that will satisfy me while you take your power nap.
Right. That
And get ready
not
for round two.
not go
I'm
go.
good. I'm good. If that 45 minutes to an hour was handled properly, go ahead and take your power nap.
Yeah,
Okay.
I could do a go go gadget get up after that, but
Yeah.
not 3 and 4 hour. No,
Nah.
no,
Uh-uh.
no.
Uh-uh. No, I'm too old for that. I ain't trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? And then, depending on how much I like you, depends on if we cuddling. Because I only like a couple people in this world. So
That's facts. I'm gonna tell you from experience. I know
I
this.
I only like a couple people. So you can't be no brand new dude trying to hug up on me and hold me and cuddle with me. Like, no, you gotta be old reliable. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be that 11-year nigga, you know.
Right.
I known you how long? Yeah, that's the cuddler. Other than that, I don't want it.
I
I'm gonna
that's
get my 45 minutes to an hour and I'm a dip.
and that'll be it. And
Only
not
one
said, well,
person can
not
get
you
the
said
cuddle.
dip. Not see you next
Yes.
time.
Yes. For what? We How,
Moving on, y'all. Listen, I can't because we'll be on there all night. Okay, so look, MC Lyte was granted her full music catalog ownership.
yay.
So I'm so happy about that because it was laid out in the prenup, which that's not a bad move, really. Lots of people feel like that's a bad move, or it's a move to indicate that there is, they want to ensure love by making a person sign it or having them agree to sign a prenuptial agreement. Um, I don't find an issue with that.
A prenup guarantees that you won't destroy my whole entire life if you decide you don't want to be with me no more. That's what a prenup is for. Because you don't know what time has for people. People grow apart, people change, people come into relationships putting on facades and pretending to be somebody they wasn't. So prenups protect things like property, copyrights, children, life insurance,
They do.
assets outside of that, which could include things like art. businesses that you establish before and during marriage. Um, because people change. I mean, we have
Your
seen more than
retirement
enough.
invested your
Yes,
entire career into.
yes, we have seen numerous examples of relationships that ended between successful people where the person that was wrong, the person that cheated, the person that had a baby outside the marriage and all kinds of shit wants to take everything from the
Yeah,
other person. It's like you already done broke their heart. Now you want to take everything else. So prenups protect people from that kind of shit because people can be very mean, malicious, and vindictive while going through a divorce. Everybody don't know how to be amicable and say, you know, take what you came with, and I'll take what I came with, and we'll split the other shit down the middle and take that in halves,
fairly.
right?
Right.
A lot of people don't know how to do that. They want to destroy you and everything that you value because the marriage ended, even when the marriage ending is their fault,
And any future that you might want to hold with someone else. You could be handicapped from being able to do that freely.
especially if it's related to your finances, especially. You know what I mean? And so MC Light has ownership. And I ain't mad at her. Put it in the prenup. Child, do you know if I was to get remarried, how long my prenup would be? Because
not
first of all,
not
I ain't
the
about to
length of the
marry no broke nigga.
Constitution, I hope.
Listen, okay? It's gonna at least be the preamble to the Constitution. At least.
Mm.
At least the preamble. It might be the Bill of Rights. I ain't gonna lie. It might be the Bill of Rights.
Oh my God.
Because first of all, I ain't about to marry no broke nigga. If I get married again, it ain't gonna be to no broke nigga. Okay. So that means that he coming into this with his set of assets as well that will
Right.
need protecting. Okay. So we need to have a what's mine's, what's his, and what's ours in the event that the marriage ends. And my list is gonna be long because I got assets. I got my
Yeah.
granddaddy copyrights that I gotta protect. You know what I'm saying? I got property that has to be protected. I got investments, policies, retirement, pension. I got a lot of shit that need protecting and that
Yeah.
I want to leave for my future grandchildren and their children, not to a man because he decided he don't want to be married to me anymore, or I decided I didn't want to be married to him anymore, probably because of some dumb shit he did. So, because they always do dumb shit. That's why I'm single now. So, I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm glad she was smart enough to think about her music copyrights being protected in the prenup because otherwise she would be stuck with her ex-husband
Yeah.
who wants to still be attached like that through something as important as music copyrights. And it's important because MC Light is an artist. Owning her copyrights is a form of wealth.
And she's a cultural icon, so I would have hated for her to have lost that
Girl, I
for
still listen to
something
MC
like that.
Light. MC Light still all up in the playlist.
Yeah, for sure.
I work out to my MC Light. What? I wouldn't want her ex-husband getting that money from every time I stream her. Because you're talking about streaming revenues, you're talking about performance, copyright, her being able to perform her own music,
Yeah, with the exception of having to ask for permission for
and
her
him
own
probably
stuff.
saying no for a tour that she's paying for.
Mm,
Because people do pay for a portion of their tours when they go on tour. They put money up front.
yeah.
So no, girl, you and your lawyer is smart.
Absolutely so.
You and
Absolutely
your
so. I have to
lawyer
agree with
is
that.
smart. And that's a good segue to this one, sis. That brings this. I saw this on Facebook and this is stupid. And I think that that was a good segue to it.
Okay.
So I saw a post saying that if you're dating an entrepreneur, expect to be their assistant or it won't work out. And I was like,
Is that not
it's
true?
I was like, nigga, what? That's problematic as fuck
Yeah.
because you're dating somebody. That's not your spouse. That's first. You're talking about someone that you're dating. And if you go into a relationship and start dating someone with the intent and purpose or entitlement that they will become your assistant because you're an entrepreneur, you need therapy.
Well, let me clarify
And
something though, for before you continue. Let me clarify something. I jokingly asked, is that not true? Because how asinine is it for you to not only have a business that you don't have complete control over, or you have delegated your tasks to people that you have paid to do so, or have other arrangements to do so with? How asinine is it to even consider the fact that somebody that you are only dating
dating,
is supposed to assist you in what way?
that because you're talking about opening yourself up to legal liability, for one, because this is not an employee,
Hmm.
okay? This is somebody you're dating. And if you're smart, you're smart, you would not want people you're dating involved in your business affairs any damn way. That's spousal privileges.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I don't care how smart they are, how good they are. Everybody does not have business savvy. Everybody don't want to be in business. So to even have that mindset that that's something that you should do, it's a sense of entitlement. And whoever operates like that in their personal lives, I promise you, they're not very professional in their professional lives. That means you okay with fucking your assistant.
Sure
Because
is.
if you're dating someone with the expectation of that person being your assistant, what's to stop you from fucking your assistant?
Now, one thing.
And then you have that legal liability that you've opened yourself up to where people can start now accusing you of sexual harassment.
Hmm.
Because what you gonna do when y'all stop dating? This person
Yep.
done been all up in your business at the meetings and shit, helping you run your business, and you ain't paid them a dime. And
And
even
they
if you
signed
have
to
paid
not
them,
one NDA about anything.
yeah, and even if you did pay them, they still you still open yourself up to legal liability. Even if you had them as a contractor, an independent contractor, or an employee, you have still set yourself up for possibly being sued for sexual harassment, even if you were paying them, because you are mixing business with pleasure and shitting where you eat.
But
And that is stupid.
you're also opening yourself up to exposure when it comes to your confidential information.
Absolutely, because they gonna go sell your shit to TMZ if you're famous enough, and I ain't mad at it because you shouldn't have been doing it. Okay, and you can't be that successful, in my opinion, as an entrepreneur if you have if you need the person you're dating to be your assistant in the first place. You can't
Hmm.
really be that successful. You got to be just brand new, starting out, ain't made no real profit yet, because you would know better. You would have hired an assistant if you were successful at what you're doing. You would have the ability to separate your dating life from your business life without no problem if you were a professional and successful at what you're doing. I never met a single man that I dated that was an entrepreneur that had any expectation of me being his fucking assistant.
Well,
Now, if
because
they
they was
had the
real grown,
expectation, they
first
didn't
of
say
all.
nothing.
They was
I mean,
real
but
grown and they're established enough to know that that is an unrealistic expectation to set upon anybody.
right. If we dating, I shouldn't even meet your assistant yet. Like, she can know who I am, but why would I, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it's not that you, it's not just the entitlement of it. It's that, don't you want your relationship to be where you go for peace?
You absolutely should want that.
Why would you want to include a person in your day-to-day possible issues with your business life if you don't have to? When you could keep that separate, and that's the person you go to for peace. You could go to that person for advice. You can go to that person for support, though. You can go to that person just to vent. You know what I'm saying? They might have good ideas and everything, but I've seen several relationships end where people were even married and involved, and one of them was an entrepreneur and the other one was heavily involved. And then when the divorce came, guess what? Now I want you to pay me for all the years that I was your free assistant.
See, I think if you're dating and it's serious enough, then you should be able, I think, with enough time passed and trust built, to bounce ideas off of, who would be considered your significant other, outside of you being married. This is specifically if you're dating somebody. It's okay, I think, to ask if it's okay that you use them as your sounding board, or if you've established enough of a rapport with them, to use them as your sounding board or to bounce ideas off of them. But that is completely different
And that, like you
than,
said, that's over time.
yeah,
That's
that's
like
what time.
years into it, I feel. That's years into it. And if this person, if you value this person and they are not your spouse yet, okay, or y'all not even thinking about becoming spouse, y'all still just dating, but y'all are exclusively dating each other. If that idea pays out, cut them a check
Of course, that's only right. That's law.
right then and there. Cut them a check. When you get paid, they get paid.
Hmm.
Period. Because it'll stop all that. I want 50 million years worth of not being paid as your assistant in the divorce.
Oh
That's how
yeah.
you avoid that. Put it in paperwork.
Yeah, but
Put it in paperwork.
that's how you don't, you're not aware of those loopholes that could come about if you don't put it in paperwork, and have something finite and concrete set in stone. Because you don't do it, you set yourself for all types of not only legalities, but personal failures as well.
Because it only take one person to jump on social media and say, I'm the one that gave him that idea in the first place. Da 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 da. Now your reputation.
Yeah, because that's and went viral because
Because
people
people
know
love
you.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
they do.
what have people been seeing go viral the most? People complaining about their parents not being in a part of their lives, and people
Yes,
complaining about their boyfriend, girlfriend not doing A, B, C, D, E, F, G. People love that. You
right.
want to ruin your relationship and your reputation at the same time? That's how you do it.
Yeah, it is.
That's how you do it. And it's just like, have it. I think having the expectation is definitely a sense of entitlement. Now, if y'all out here also, because I feel like this about the person that posted that on Facebook, if you sitting up here putting yourself in the position to be the assistant to a nigga that you dating because he an entrepreneur, then you stupid.
Oh, that's your fault.
That's your fault.
Whatever you get is whatever you got coming, because you such a pick me, and you got to be down so bad and prove, your ride or die-ness, however stupid that is.
And
Um,
then y'all, if y'all, if they, what if they not even dating exclusively? He dating five other chicks,
well, that's
and
the
you
people
sitting up
that
here
put
working for
themselves
him
in a
for free
relationship. They put themselves in a relationship with people that they're not in a relationship with, and have relationships problems with motherfuckers they're not in
in a
relationship
relationship
with.
with, right?
You know,
It's giving free labor. You, it's
it
giving
is
free
though.
labor. You sit up here giving this person ideas and being a free assistant, and you're not even dating them exclusively. They dating four, five other people, and you helping them to make money to take these other broads out
How make
while
it
you
make sense?
working for free.
Make it make sense. It makes
It
no sense
don't
at all.
none whatsoever. I
That's
was
so
like,
stupid.
I'm too old for that bullshit. Look, if when I meet you, if you're not already a successful enough entrepreneur to have an assistant on payroll, you ain't about to get no free one out of me.
Mm, that's I
In
think
fact, I don't even want to date you.
I
Like,
think that's an episode by itself. I'm gonna circle back on that shit.
I'm just saying,
I am.
probably won't even want to date you at all.
So
I'm too
look,
old for that.
there's a woman who was paid. I didn't catch the city and state,
Hmm.
but there's a woman that was paid a $6,200 referral bonus. She passed it along to her friends that her place of employment was hiring. The person got the job, but there are people that are arguing that the person that got the bonus, the referral bonus, should be sharing the money.
Huh?
Girl, hmm,
That ain't how none of that shit go. Who said
look,
that?
look, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this flat out. You have now gained the opportunity to make $6,200 of your own. Why would I give anything? Matter of fact, I tell you what I would do. We cool like that. I'm congratulatory enough to furnish the bottle. I might take you out to dinner. Hey, let's
Yeah,
celebrate.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Celebrate.
y-
Congratulations.
congratulations. I'm glad we got you in. This is that. We gonna
But
have
that's not
fun,
how
whatever the case.
referral bonuses go.
Listen, that $6,200 will be pieced out in such a way that I see fit, and it does not have anything to do with me splitting it or giving a penny of it to anybody I don't want to.
That but because anybody who works in HR will tell you that if they have a referral bonus program, it is paid to the employee who referred the person they're hiring. And that person is not obligated or required or expected to share that money with anybody.
And that verbiage is actually very clear.
It's very clear. This your money. You found us an employee. Thank you very much for doing that. Yes, we want to hire this person. As a result, and a way of thanking you, here's a referral bonus. I don't care if it was $1. I don't care if it was $1 million. The company pays it to the person who referred. They are not required, obligated in any way, shape, form, or fashion to share those funds with the person who got hired. Because, like you said, the person who just got hired can now refer somebody and get their own
Yeah.
referral bonus. That's literally how the program works. That's how it was established. Anybody referring somebody for a job and that person gets hired, you're entitled to the referral bonus. You are not obligated or expected or required to share it with the person who got hired because they're getting a paycheck and they're also
Right.
getting the opportunity to refer people for other positions.
Ooh.
These niggas and they stupidness. Like, are you serious right now? You really think that this person has to share that bonus? It's called a bonus. Listen, y'all ain't just say you ain't never worked nowhere that gave out referral bonuses. Just say that.
Right.
Because y'all clearly don't know how it works. Because that ain't how it go. You don't have to give none of the money. I don't care if it was a $25 gift card to TJ Maxx or Target, child. You ain't got to give that to nobody. You ain't got to split that with nobody. And I think people are hung up on the dollar amount, right?
I think
I,
they are.
that's why I said I don't care if it was $1. I don't care if it was a $25 Target gift card. Because some companies give gift cards because that's what they have in their budget to do. Some companies have a high turnover. And so they don't give out large bonuses because they know they might still have to replace that motherfucker in 6 months. Okay.
Hmm.
Because they just have a high turnover. Some companies just do that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to share it. And I think people are thinking, like, oh my God, that's so much money. Those are people who ain't never spent that kind of money.
Right.
Okay. They ain't never went nowhere and dropped 5, 6 grand in a day. So they're looking at it as that's a whole lot of money. You should share it because I need money. That's what it comes from. It comes from their sense of lack. It comes from their being impoverished and feeling oppressed. So they want you, the person receiving the referral bonus, to feel bad. Don't feel bad. Fuck them people. Go put that money in an interest bearing account. Go pay your bills. Go buy your kids some, whatever you feel like you need to do with that money.
Yeah.
Because you abided by the program that your employer set up. You ain't do nothing wrong. And you ain't got to share it.
Enjoy your $6,200.
Girl, go get you some Brandon Blackwood purses and you going to still have some money left over. Okay. Enjoy your bonus and keep referring people because clearly you good at it.
Clearly, that's a
And
nice little lick.
and do it until your employer says you've reached the threshold where you can't do it no more.
Yeah, refer some more because she
That's
may
all.
not last. I mean, just saying.
But don't you ain't got to share that money, and don't you dare feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty about something that you earned by participating in the proper way. Don't do that. It's 2023. We not doing that shit no more.
No, we're not doing a whole lot of nothing. Actually, like seriously, like not a whole lot of nothing that's not serving to ourselves in the form of, self care, mental health. any of that. We reaching for the best of absolutely everything in 2023. Speaking of the best of everything, I think that this is long overdue.
Mhm.
But the 1619 project is coming to Hulu on January 26th. I am absolutely putting on my do not disturb so I can tune in.
I am so excited. Oh my God. Okay, so look. Okay, I have the book.
Mm,
Let's start with that. I have the book. Okay.
okay.
I haven't had the opportunity to buy a lot of books because, my whole library got to be replaced because
Yeah.
almost every book I own was water damaged. But I bought the 1619 Project book and I watched the entire masterclass last February on Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Okay. The masterclass series was phenomenal. Nicole Hannah Jones is phenomenal. She is black excellence, honey. And I'm so, so proud. Her work on the 1619 project was part of the reason I was motivated to find out more about my own ancestry.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. It was her and her team in the New York Times putting that out that made me want to know more about my people and where my blood comes from. And I think it's such a phenomenal program. I think it needs to be taught in every school. Fuck you, Florida. And I am so excited to watch the Hulu series. I don't know how much it's going to differ from the masterclass. The masterclass is still available on Amazon Prime, but you do have to pay for it now. They had it for free last February. They might have it for free again this February, because they gonna want some of that same,
For
as
Black History Month.
1619. Yeah, but as 1619 starts to trend because of the Hulu series, Amazon gonna want some of that. Okay.
Sure,
So
absolutely.
they might make it free again. So look out for it. But I will say that this is this is one of those pieces of art. Okay, we're gonna call it art, literature, history that every Black household needs to have a copy of in some shape, form, or fashion. You could get it from the New York Times as a magazine insert. They had it where you could download it, and I think you can still download the Empire Project, or you can buy the book and have it as a hard copy because the book is a hard copy.
Hmm.
It's by my bedside. Listen, let me tell you something. We gotta stop letting our history as African Americans be whitewashed because we came to this country one of three ways. And I need Black folks to understand this because y'all get on my nerves with some of this shit. y'all always want to scream we was indigenous. Like being enslaved was so horrible that we need to hide it. Some of us are indigenous, but we're indigenous because we migrated here on our own. Because believe it or not, there was a long, long time ago, Black folks knew how to swim. Black folks knew how to build ships. They wasn't real big, but they knew how. So we're gonna call them boats because they really wasn't ships, but they were
Right.
smaller, more like canoes. They looked more like canoes. They were small, held about 4 people, 2 to 4 people, no more than that. And Black folks built the first surfboards. Black folks migrated to every part of the world with their feet and on the backs of horses and camels and elephants. But they don't want to tell y'all about that part. That's how Black folks ended up everywhere in the world because there's Black folks in Russia. Find out how they got there, they migrated there. There's Black people in Asia. There's a whole tribe of people in Asia that don't nobody fuck with. You look at them, they Black as Africans because that's who they originated from. Don't go over there talking about something you here to help them. They will kill you. Okay. There's black folks in Canada, and it's because of migration. Then black folks came here by way of being enslaved. That was when the white folks came and stole us and carried us all over the world.
Well,
Because they did. And by that time, they had learned how to take what Africans had built as boats and made them into ships.
so for those of you all that did not know, 1619 is also a podcast on
Yes.
Spotify and Apple
Yes.
Podcasts. So
And then the
definitely make sure
third,
you check it out.
and then the third way that black folks came to America is immigration. There are entire groups of African American and Caribbean, Afro Caribbean people who were not born here or their parents were not born here and they came here after slavery ended. So we have the pre slavery black folks who migrated, the during slavery black folks who were enslaved and kidnapped and brought here, and the immigrants black folks who came here after slavery ended. That's the three ways that black folks became American. And that's facts. That's not based on no we Hebrew Israelite theories and none of that other bullshit. This is factual because that's how people all over the world, except for other groups of people who were fortunate not to be enslaved, ended up in different places. And the 1619 Project, along with some other very important documentaries that I think every black person should watch, like the 13th.
Hmm.
Will Smith narrated another one about the 14th Amendment that's on Netflix. And of course, learning about anything having to do with Juneteenth and Jim Crow will help you really tie in historical details that get left out and whitewashed because the founding fathers was trash. Okay. So,
Hmm.
and that you got to be willing to admit that the founding fathers was trash.
Yeah, but it's all of those things that have transpired, the things that continue to transpire regarding various things that affect us. They shape who we are today. They
Mm-hmm.
shape our survival skills. They shape our resilience. Um, so it's nothing to be ashamed of. But what I'm most proud of with this project is that I think it's a long time coming. It has been a long time coming, to televise and give in great detail what our struggles were as Black people.
And what our struggles are as a result of. That's the other thing that I
Yeah,
love is that it really ties into explaining the fucked up shit that's currently happening.
right.
Like you can't know why things are the way they are if you don't know how they started. A lot of this stuff, this didn't nobody just wake up and decide that, oh, we want to oppress black people. This been happening.
Hmm.
And it was put into policies and laws. And we've had to have people who were highly intelligent and sacrificial to change some of those policies and laws. This we just celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday.
Hmm.
He was one of those people. They like to, our enemies and oppressors and the colonizers love to quote him and misquote him. But Dr. King was one of the people who fought for us to get change because 1965, if those events that occurred in 1965 had not occurred, we would still be living in Jim Crow.
Absolutely.
And not Jim Crow 2.0, but actual legit straight up 1865, 1866, 1867 Jim Crow. They would still be burning our cities down like Tulsa. They would still be keeping us from buying houses and cars and having bank accounts and
The
going to
things that we take
hospitals.
for granted today.
Thank you. We would still be getting our water out of wells. You understand? We still be having to go to a whole nother building to use the bathroom because black folks ain't allowed. And I think we need to really honor and understand how those things occurred so that they don't occur again. Because the white supremacists and the Latino supremacists who think that white,
Oh my God.
like the Ron DeSantis of the world
Girl.
and the Ted Cruzes of the world, because they ain't really white. They just white appearing and white adjacent and support white supremacy because they're racist. And Latinos who know Latinos know that they got some racist folks amongst them as well, and they know this. I ain't saying nothing wrong. They are upholding white supremacy because as of now, it benefits them. Now, if they was to go get some sun, and wasn't so quick to change their first names, they probably wouldn't have that privilege. Or if the way the world worked was different and less oppressive and racism had never existed, they wouldn't have the privilege. But it does. And so sometimes your oppressor has a Latino last name.
Interesting enough.
Just saying.
While we got a few minutes left, give us maybe a preview of In Conversation.
Well, first of all, it's going to be a lot more professional than what I am on this show. That's
Yes.
first and foremost. You're going to get about 30 to 45 minutes of an in depth interview with different entrepreneurs, different subject matter experts, decision makers, celebrities, change makers across the diaspora and outside of it. And you will get the opportunity to learn about them and their endeavors and their philanthropy and their passions. And I'm very excited about the opportunity to start interviewing people again. And I can add to that 300 that I got. I've interviewed over 300 people in my career thus far, and I'm happy to add to that. And we've got some stellar individuals coming up with the first episode that will be in February with the relaunch of Detroit CEO Magazine.
Yay.
And then we will move forward into our Women's History Month issue, as well as the interviews around that. And it's a whole year worth of content coming, honey. Listen, y'all better get ready because you're going to get the opportunity to be introduced to some people that you don't know, never met before, or may be familiar with. Because I got a nice little long list of everybody that I would love the opportunity to interview. And some of them have already been contacted, and some of them have already said yes. So if you're interested in being a person that I interview, it's okay to reach out. It's okay to reach out. You can go to my Instagram page, official underscore Ms. That's MS underscore Jones, and click the email button, and it'll take you to my email where you can send me your pitch or have your publicist send me your pitch. Make sure you send me your pitch. This is for professional and serious inquiries only. Let me just let that out there because people be
Absolutely
thinking
it
they can
is.
contact me about other stuff. And I ain't trying to talk to you about nothing else but biz naive. Okay. So let's be very clear. Biz naive is all I'm trying to talk about. So make sure that if you have any interest in being featured and interviewed, make sure you reach out, and it's going to be a very wonderful and prosperous and motivational 2023 with In
It
Conversation with
is. I
Angela
love
T.
that.
Jones.
I love that so much. I felt like we needed to get that out there because we are fast approaching February 8th. So, though we have those interviews pre scheduled, you will get to hear the first episodes of In Conversation with Angela T. Jones on February 8th. I'm like seriously excited about that. I can't wait.
Whoop whoop.
Um, Outside of that, we are also, I'm gonna kick it to y'all every episode about this shit right here because we take it seriously. We take our impact seriously. We take our fans seriously. Thank you so much for supporting us. You can go to DetroitChoiceAwards.com /vote hyphen here to vote for us for the 2023 Detroit Choice Awards for your favorite local podcast. We appreciate your support and can't wait to
Indeed.
keep bringing you, explosive, great, entertaining, educational content for the remainder of 2023 and beyond. My name is Lucretia L. Rogers. You can find me on Instagram at L. Rogers Global. For my lovely co host and your host of In Conversation with Angela T. Jones, you can find her on Instagram at official underscore Miss MS underscore Jones. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.